So, this is my basic advice for people who want to start improving on their sleep because sleep and I've had a really hard time with sleep in my past. When I was, almost like just only like 2 months ago, or maybe 3 months ago, I was staying up all night, drinking energy drinks, and then falling asleep throughout the day. Obviously, I was trying to stay up late at those times, but I think the number one reason why I was doing that was because I was stressing so much over my schedule. I wanted to wake up at a certain time, and when I couldn't fall asleep and get to an area where it's going to be 8 hours until there, I was very just like obsessive over the schedule, and I had to wake up at that certain time. I had to. And when it got to a point where I was trying to fall asleep and I wasn't, and then it was like 5 hours until the time that I was supposed to get up, I would just say, you know what, screw it. I'm going to wait until I I'm just gonna wait until that time. I'm just gonna stay up all night and go through the day, and then hopefully by the next day I'll be able to sleep well. I kept on doing that. I'm not 100% sure if I were to continue doing that, if I would have gotten on that sleep schedule or not. But as much as I did that, it never worked out for me. I always had some kind of issue with my sleep, and what it was, number one, is before I was going to bed, I was always on my computer. I would go straight from my computer to my bed. So I'd be trying to go to sleep right after I had just browsed the internet, watched a bunch of YouTube videos, um, even reading on my phone. Just being on my devices at night was not helping at all. So I would say no devices probably around an hour before bed. But instead, I have a couple of things you can do to help you wind down before sleep. I have two things that I do now, and my sleep has improved significantly from these two things. I went from some nights not getting any sleep and then like crashing out halfway through the day to getting 8 hours of sleep consistently each night. So, the two things I have started doing is number one, reading before bed. Something about I don't read any kind of like informational books, like any books about uh, one of the books I read is books on Christianity. So I'll read like theology books on Christianity, apologetics throughout the day. But when it's like right before bed, I choose some kind of storybook, some kind of book that it's going to help relax me, not get my brain going in a certain direction and making me think a lot. Because when you want to go to sleep, you want to try and silence those thoughts, not keep them going. When you're winding down is when you're helping your body relax and your brain relax before bed, so that when you get into your bed, you're properly relaxed and uh, can fall asleep well. But reading some kind of storybook, one of them that I read a lot over and over again is The Hobbit. It helps me fall asleep fast. But you can read any kind of book that you enjoy, any kind of book series, just to help relax your brain. I usually read for about an hour to an hour and a half, and I get to a point while I'm reading, I'm literally just like drifting off, like I'm like that while I'm reading. So I'm basically already ready for sleep. But when I throw the book to the side, the second thing I will try and do is pray for a little bit. I don't like sit down and pray. What it is I allow myself to drift off to sleep while praying. So I'm already at a very tired point and ready for bed, but just getting some kind of talk with God before falling asleep. Just talk about what's on your mind, what's going on in your day. Thank Him for the blessings He has done for you in the day right before you go to sleep while you're drifting off to sleep. It helps, at least for me, feel very comforted knowing that I'm in God's presence and that God's listening to me as I'm falling asleep. And I don't feel like I need to worry about anything. There's no worries on my mind. I'm just handing it to God while I'm falling asleep. And I think that is the number one thing. I could probably do that for like 20 minutes before bed. But reading helps relax me to a point where I'm about to just crash out. But I think the prayer is just a good thing to kind of wrap it up. But that's how I fall asleep. And like when I'm not counting reading as the falling asleep process because that's just helping me relax before I go to sleep. But when I do that, I probably fall asleep in like 3 minutes. When I do it like this, I fall asleep probably like 3 minutes tops. Sometimes I can just like close my eyes and fall straight to sleep. But it's just kind of like the basic advice I have. Just wanted to make a quick video for you guys who are struggling with sleep because I know it's something that really uh, was a big thing that I had to get over in the past. And I hope you guys took something away from this video. And I'll see you guys all in the next one. Take care.